We've completed our testing, and now we get to go into round one. They called us up. Everybody was hanging out, having a good time. My brother was there, Chris, Brooks, everybody in the stager lanes. We're just having we're just having a good old time. And Stefan came by and said since we called him out, he got lane choice, and he chose the right lane, which was fine by me because we had been in the left lane all day. And I was pretty comfortable with it, so we just went with that. We didn't change any of the tune-up, and we just went out there and let it rip. So here's that video. And then let's look at the log. Log is going to be number 4. They didn't give any time slips on this, so I don't know how it went. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because the belt blew off. Again. So it shut down probably about 500 feet. The belt blew off and kicked the fuel pump belt off. So here we're launching at right at 10 pounds, 4,500. You can see the 10 pounds in blue. And then we've got our timing pull here that we talked about earlier. Same deal. Pulled a little wheelie as you saw in the video. It picks back up about 1.3 seconds out. The converter, you can see the converter flash here, and then it dips, and then it shifts, and then it'll level out here. So it's flashing about 6,300, and then it falls back down to like 62, 61. And then I've got the shifter set up to shift right at 65 finally. We had it going to 66, and then you'll see here it falls back down to 62. And then you see my foot's in the gas in the green. And then you see the RPMs just dive off. That's when the belt blows off. And we'll see how far out we were when the belt blows off. We're 4.2 seconds out. Oh, what's this blue line? This is the boost. It kind of spikes here. So I take off, and the next thing I see is Stefan's taillights. I'm like, damn. Lost this race. And then I start catching up, and he falls back. And I pull in front of him, and I'm like, oh, is this happening? And then my car noses over right here. Belt blows off. You know, this is 4.2 seconds into the run, so we've still got a ways to go, probably 500 feet. And here he comes, and he blows right past me. And as he blows past me, I look up at the light, and I see my wind light come on. And it must have been like a foot or something close. Anyhow, he had blown his motor up, and so I couldn't go anywhere because my belt was blown off. And so I stopped down at the end, and we talked to each other for a while. And he said he hurt his motor pretty bad, so hopefully not too bad. Hopefully they get it fixed back up, maybe just a piston or something, and get on to the next race. Anyhow, it was awesome, so let's roll on and check out round number 2. Oh, real quick, that made, let's see what it made in boost. Before we roll out, well, making about 29 pounds before the belt kicked off, and then only 120 something mile an hour, so anyhow, not very good there at the end, so go check out the next one. We drew John Herring. I've seen him post on Facebook a bunch. I don't know him. They almost got in a fight with some dude named Batman. Batman didn't make the call. They thought his car was broke, and so there was a big dispute about Batman and him getting back in, and everybody voted no because we had already drawn up, and everybody was, I think, pretty settled with what they were going to do. Anyhow, that it's kind of a mess there between John Herring and Batman. Anyhow, we decided to put a little more in it. So, you know, before we were leaving right at high 9, 10 pounds. Here you see we left about 10 and a half. Right here, about 10 and a half. The timing did its thing, but as you saw in the video, it pulled a pretty good size wheelie. Chicken foot comes into action. We lose the race. And that's just how it went down, 1.7 seconds. The timing didn't quite hold it, as you saw. It just let it come in a little later, seems like. Anyhow, I made 28 pounds. It was rolling out for a second, but I couldn't run him down. The belt stayed on miraculously on this run, probably because it was making no power. Went across there at 114 mile an hour. Anyhow, overall, it was a freaking awesome time. Had a lot of fun. Hanging out, racing. Just doing the thing. Another thing I try to start doing is logging the weather from this weather app. The density altitude seemed to be pretty high. I talked to Cody Jones and he said something between -4 and 600. -600 would be awesome for a turbo car, which we're at 1,500 feet there. Not the greatest, but the track was sticky, so there was a little bit of a difference there. Definitely going to get some limiters before redemption. Just to have them there and all set up. And also, me and James went to Summit today and got a manual belt tensioner. So hopefully, we talked to John Boy and he said that fixed a lot of their cars. So anyhow, next big race is going to be Redemption 9.0. It's a makeup race. If you get confused of why we've already done 10 and we're going back to 9, it's a makeup race. It got rained out from San Antonio. It's going to be in Evadale, Texas, which is just outside of Beaumont. I don't know how much testing we'll do between now and then. We definitely got to fix a couple of things like the limiters and the belt deal. Anyhow, like and subscribe and check back. We'll definitely post up all this stuff from the redemption race when it comes up. Later.